How y'all doing out there? This is President of Life Podcast with your host, Beast, Biggie Shaka, with my co-host.
This is a.k.a. Manteen Smith, and we coming to y'all with President of Life. Today we gonna interview our guy KC. He was on death row. Death row inmate. He ready. He on his way transitioning out. So we got a couple questions to ask him, and he gonna give y'all his how it was on death row, give y'all some insight of what's going on inside and behind the wall. So he coming up. He get ready to come right now. Here he go, right here. Hello?
State your name for the people, man.
How you doing?
State your name.
Oh, my name is Kenny Collins.
How long were you on death row?
I was on death row for 17 years. Started off in the old Maryland State Penitentiary from 87 to 96, and then they moved us into the Maryland Supermax, downtown Supermax from 96 to 2004. That's when I came. That's when I got my death sentence commuted to life with parole.
Okay. How much time do you got another go?
Well, I got 37. I got 37 years in total. I just got right now. I got a clemency petition I got pending right now with Governor Westmore. So I'm trying to get him to actually give me time served and release me into society.
Okay. Without going into all the details, how did you manage to get your death sentence done?
Say that again.
Without going into all the details, how did you manage to get your death sentence done? Without going into all of the details, how did you manage to get your death sentence done?
Oh, well, it was under two. It was like first one was under ineffective assistance counsel because my trial attorney was ineffective in helping me prepare the case and also help proving that the state wrongfully charged me and convicted me of the charge. They had the actual proof about two other individuals' omissions that they was involved in the case. They had it sealed. They had got that evidence information sealed against my trial attorney, so we didn't have anything to actually start to go to prove that I was wrongfully charged and convicted. And so after I was convicted, I was networking my case to different lawyers and law firms, and so I made a breakthrough with the actual Innocence Project down at the University of Maryland under Professor Michael Milliman. And he hired 3 private investigators to investigate the case before they took the case, and they discovered that the evidence that I'm talking about that the state needed from my trial attorney, they got a court order to get it unsealed and to reveal who all the perpetrators that was involved in the case. So that was how I gave my death sentence back.
Okay. So tell us about your documentary that's coming out. Tell us about your documentary that you have coming out.
Okay, well, it's a clemency documentary that actually showcases. I have a free Penny College campaign that was blessed to actually give birth to from my journey when I was on death row. I'm the co-founder of Live from Death Row for the state of Maryland, to which I was able to do speaking engagements at almost all the colleges in the whole United States for 30 years. And that gave birth to me having a lot of ties to numerous activist organizations nationally, even some outside the country. So I utilized those resources to actually mobilize a free Kenny College campaign. And with campaign, I was able to network with a lot of resources and bring those resources together to create a movie doc. It's really like a clemency documentary that showcase all of my supporters. They're high pillars of society. Some of them are senators, congressmen and women, and ex-state's attorney generals, presidents of multiple activist organizations, deans of colleges, law professors, students. I even had some doctors that doctor me into the family in Portland, Oregon. They have a ranch. That's what I'm going to be working for once I get released. They have a ranch that's over 1,000 acres of land, and they sell pork. They mass produce pork in the whole Pacific Northwest, and the acres is large. It's large like the movie Yellowstone with Kevin Costner. So the husband want to train me to the family business, start me off at $25 an hour, and pay for any cows that I want to tend to the United States.
All right, and tell us about the steps. What kind of steps you was taking to stay positive? During your going through what you was going through. Explain your mind state and how you felt at the time.
Well, I was like, it was a tense moment. You talking about something ancient and historical. Capital punishment is the most ultimate punishment that you can impose on any human being on this planet Earth. And so for me to have to experiencing that journey, with that firsthand, I can't say that it wasn't stressful, but at the same time, I had to find a way to, actually really nurture my sanity in dealing with it, because you got to realize that I'm being housed with multiple condemned death row inmates at the same time. And so what I did was I went to the library and started getting some self-help empowerment books and spiritual empowerment books. I was already doing yoga, so I used those practices and started studying the yoga practice on the mental about meditating, and that helped. That meditation is the most key thing that actually helped me weather my sanity through it all. It helped me actually be able to change my rage and my frustrations, so I can stay focused and stay positive, not allow that the forces that's trying to remove me to have that kind of power over my mental state.
Okay. Now tell us what's the next step in life.
Well, what I've been doing is I just got my own podcast as well. That I'm constantly it's called the Epiphany Awakening blog. That the Epiphany Awakening is something that I experienced through the journey, through the storm, because it gave me a whole different outlook on life, or more deeper than an average human being. It made me see what it's really truly all about. And it's beyond the ordinary way that we all look at life, or the norm. And so what I want to do is, or what I have been doing, I've been spreading and sharing that awakening spirit to adults and the young youth. And that's my gift back. That's my gift back to God for rewarding me, keep me here on the planet, to reside on the planet amongst loved ones and family.
Okay.
I do poetry, I do artwork, and I share that in my writings as well.
Okay, and how do you think prison changed over the years?
Well, for one thing, that prison is a society within a society. Just like out there in society world, you got rules, guidelines, and you got rules and guidelines that you gotta be able to navigate. And it changes with time. So through the prison and settings, because inside prisons, they have despite you being warehoused inside the cells, when you're able to come out the cells, they have like programs that you can attend. They have educational programs. They have cognitive programs for rehabilitation. Like for example, with the cognitive programs, they have like AVP, which is alternative to violence programs. They got thinking deciding for a change. So they have things that actually help you work on self. Work on self, and then they got skill trade programs that you can also attend that can actually increase your skill set, your survival skill set. So when you have an opportunity to get back in court or parole, challenge your parole, they see the changes in you for whatever you was affected, whatever you was incarcerated for. They can see that you've been reformed. And you see that you fit to be back out there and give it a second chance to be back out there in society. And so, but during the COVID crisis, it really set back a lot of those opportunities to be fluidly functions on the normal. So there's a constant stagnating process that you have to try to navigate through, because it changed not only society out there in the society world, it changed the whole prison setting as well too.
Okay. And if you could talk to your younger self, right? What would you ask your younger self? What would you say to your younger self? If you could talk to your younger self, what would you tell your younger self?
Well, I would tell my younger self that first and foremost that I have to actually really truly start paying attention to my true love of self. I got to really try to find a way to stay focused on how I can empower my true love of self and not allowing the outer exterior self to have more distractions or things that I got to be interacting with or affiliated with, because it's easy to get distracted on the outside of self more than it is on the inner. And then I also got to tell self that I need to be a little more, I want to say, in control of my choice, of my thoughts, my choices, and my decisions that I make in life. Because you got to realize that we're going to experience making better choice decisions, and we're going to be experiencing making worse choice decisions. But the whole key I learned from as an adult, from opposed to the mistakes that I made as a youth, that is 24 hours in a day. So knowing that it's 24 hours in a day out of the 365 out of the year, that in that 24 hours in a day, I need to make more better choice decisions in that whole day than I did yesterday. So if I can do that every day, that helps me to be able to strengthen my choice decisions, my mind, my thoughts. Whereas though I won't allow myself to be making bad choice decisions, because I practice. It's 24 hours, so I practice every day to try to make good choice decisions over bad choice decisions. So at the end of the day, when I lay down, if I'm doing my prayers, I don't have to ask God for forgiveness. I can just thank God for rewarding me the things that I've done good for the day, opposed to asking God forgiveness for bad choices that I made that day. If we all can do that, that can make us live our lives far more better. And taking on the forces that we have to take on from the time that we birthed into this world, all the way to the time that we ascend from this world. We can have better control.
Okay. So what advice would you have for the youth? What advice can you give me for the young guys out there, for these young guys?
Well, for the young guys, because what I'm realizing that with the young guys with this technology, making everybody that's really on these tablets, on these computers and on their phones, that they're allowing that to consume their life world. Although that's a beautiful technology that it can give you a wide range of things to do to occupy your mind, you try to use it for more beneficial purposes. Because you got to realize you're going to age up. When I mean age up, you're going to go. It means your life cycle stage is going to shift from puberty, adolescent, teenage adult to an adult into adulthood to the which is the elderly stages. I think you should use that technology to try to educate yourself more opposed to using it for frivolous things that really don't have no meaning because it's easy to get caught up in it. It provides you a lot of resources. Look into the resources. I mean, just look into yourself and see what you lack in there, and what you truly desire in life, what you want to try to accomplish and achieve, and use it to try to educate yourself in order to empower your skill set, in order to take on those them dreams and them goals. And stay away from the streets. Don't get around if you interact with guys that's your age and they're doing destructive things, don't allow them to mislead you. And if you're not living that destructive lifestyle like they're living, show them some love because it's something that actually alienates them for them to make that bad choice decision. That's what's wrong with society environments now too.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
It's seeing everybody doing destructive things and they're feeding it.
We got 60 seconds. Oh man, that was the three wrapping it up. That was our show for the day. That's Prison Delights. Here go my co-host Mace. This is AKA Darnell Smith, and I thank y'all.
This has been Prison Delights. I am Mace, aka Shout out to Miss J for holding it down for us. We'll be back at you next week.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
This is Prison Delights. We appreciate y'all for listening. We will bring you good stories, sad stories. And shout out to KC, Mr. Kenny, for coming through.
Okay, my name is Kenny Collins, and y'all can plug into me. All you gotta go to Facebook, Kenny Collins, and you can communicate me from there. Everybody stay strong and live long, and peace, and much love to you.